Everybody, I hope you guys are having a fantastic evening. Today, I want to talk to you guys about the power of patience and how you can use patience to really benefit in trading. A lot of people that I speak to that I'm working with in the mentorship and in the Discord, a lot of people struggle with being patient and disciplined in trading. And if you don't have those qualities, then you're never going to be successful, unfortunately, with trading. The market wants you to take trades and put on risk so you can lose money. When you guys start to really understand that you doing less is when you're always going to be more profitable. Sounds really wild, but in society, doing more and working harder gets you more money. That doesn't translate into trading. The more you do and the more risk you put on, the less likely you are to actually make money. So doing less is going to be more. Now, with that being said, a lot of people struggle with the patience and discipline side of it. And inside the Discord, when I trade live, people really always say to me, hey, Paul, I really commend you on your discipline and patience. And I want to pass that wisdom over to you guys because I want to show you today a trade that I took in the afternoon that really took a lot of patience, a lot, right? So let's just get right into it. The market, since the last couple of weeks, has just been dumping at the open, right? 9:30 open comes and we completely tank to the downside. 400 point short to the downside. I can't do anything. I can't trade anything there. All I could do is be patient and wait for something, right? Now, I know with experience that after the market dumps that aggressively, we're going to get some sort of pullback, okay? And what I want to really teach you guys today is be patient, right? If the market dumps 400 points, very, very high likelihood that the market's going to retrace at some point, okay? And there's going to be an opportunity for you to get back in on the trend. Well, to do this and to be patient, you really got to mark out your higher time frame fair value gaps. Now, I'm going to go on the 1 hour here because this is where things really kind of make sense. So the market displaces aggressively for the first hour of the market open, and then from 10 to 11, 10 o'clock, we displaced aggressively to the downside as well. And I'm going to draw out this 1 hour fair value gap here, which is the 1 hour gap that I was very interested in. Now, the reason why I was interested in that gap is because there's a 15-minute gap inside of there as well. So we've got a double confluence of two overlapping gaps. So it's an interesting area for me. Now, price ends up pulling back about 289 points into that 15-minute and 1 hour gap. And overall, this market has been bearish, and I still have lower draws on liquidity that I'm looking for to trade into lower. Okay. So now I'm starting to really kind of frame a trade where we've pulled back into a 15-minute gap that coincides with a 1 hour fair value gap. I'm overall bullish. Okay. I jump over to ES and I see that ES now on the 1 hour has filled its 1 hour fair value gap as well inside of a 1 hour BPR, a balanced price range. So ES is now fully balanced. Okay. On this side of the curve, really nothing else to rebalance here on this leg. As you can see, this is balanced now. This came up in balance here, and the BPR is now balanced. So ES is balanced, and NQ is now balanced as well. So this is an area that I'm looking okay, let's see if we start getting continuation and selling short pressure back down because we're overall bearish on this market. Now, the reason I'm telling you guys this is because a lot of you get so hung up on the 5 minute and the 1 minute time frame, and you're looking to take, a short off of a 3 minute gap, over here or something. You see a 3 minute gap, you're well, I'm going to try to continue shorts from here, and you end up just getting stopped out immediately off that gap, and it doesn't work out. Okay. What I want to tell you guys is when a market is moving so aggressively like it is recently, you really want to focus on the 15-minute gaps and higher for rebalancing. Okay. So make sure you're marking out your 15-minute, your 30-minute, your 1 hour, your 4 hour gaps in this current market. Okay. So market comes back up into that 15-minute gap and we start getting really nice rejection. We start getting a really nice rejection from that area. So now let me just replay bar this, because you pretty much, if you know the inverted fair value gap model, then you know that we have a trade set up that pretty much formed right here. So again, bringing everything together, market dropped 300 points, market pulled back 289 points. We're now inside of a 15-minute gap and a 1-hour gap. ES has now rebalanced all of its gaps on the 1 hour as well. I'm now looking for continued downside pressure, okay? Market comes into that gap, right? And now I'm getting interested. Now at this point, another tip, guys, if you're sitting there and you're just like, you're losing your patience and your time, and you want to get into a trade, I really recommend you guys set alerts on your trading view, because you guys can just set an alert, and when the market gets to that area, it'll alert you. So you don't have to sit there and wait 3 hours. Just go do your thing. You'll get an alert on your phone, on the TradingView app, or on your computer. You'll hear a little bell go off, and then you can come back and you can look at that area, okay? Just a little tip. Now, market's in this area. It's starting to reject, showing me signs of weakness, okay? First thing I'm immediately drawn to, as we know here, is this bullish fair value gap, which now has been flipped into a inverted 1 minute fair value gap, okay? This is the model that I mostly trade. I look for higher time frame PD arrays or sweeps of liquidity into a higher time frame PD array, which is what we get right here. Now we get a nice V-shaped recovery to the downside. We get an inverted fair value gap, okay? I am now in on this trade on the inversion. This trade was what I executed today on my MyFund of Futures accounts. So I'm in on this inverted fair value gap. Stops above the inversion. TPs are going to be down here at these relative equal lows. Let me delete this one. So the market was building up liquidity on the way up into the gap. We have relative equal lows resting here. Very clean trade for me. And the rest is really letting the market do its thing. We've waited patiently. We've gotten into a 15-minute gap, which coincides with a 1-hour gap. ES is rebalanced now, okay? The market is now giving me an inverted fair value gap setup with clean liquidity below. I've done everything. But it took me to 1 o'clock in the afternoon for that setup to present. That is a long time waiting around. So I really want to just have you guys understand that if your A+ setup is not presented and you do not see it during your session, then just walk away. Don't trade. Just wait for another day, come back and wait for that setup to present itself, because you're going to make a mistake. I always say this, you don't want to overstay your visit, because when you overstay your visit, you end up playing tricks on yourself that you see a setup that might not be there. Okay. So don't overstay your visit. If you feel mentally exhausted and your mental capital is wasted, then just shut it down and come back tomorrow. Okay. I have practiced a lot of patience in my 9 years of trading. So me waiting for an A+ setup, I'm just used to doing that. So I waited to 1 o'clock, found my model, and we executed. Okay. Inverted fair value gap setup, clean draw on liquidity. And this trade ends up running straight to TP, and I'm done for the day. This trade ends up being about a 75-point winner. So point of this video is, guys, mark out your higher time frame PD arrays and don't trade until those areas get rebalanced, because let me tell you something. You might think, well, Paul, what if price doesn't come back up there? Price is going to come to that area. You just need to be patient and stop FOMOing into trades and trying to chase price. Once you let price come to you and wait for your setups, okay, that's when your trading is really going to take off. I hope this, guys, gave you a little bit of insight on how you can make things a little bit easier on the higher time frames to wait for those areas to get drawn into. If you guys enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. I'll be doing a lot more content like this on the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.